BluSmart Cabs. Ladies and gentlemen, and the students of business, if you belong to any of the metropolitan cities of India or any of the bigger cities of India, you have most likely heard of this cab company's name named BluSmart Cabs. And the interesting part is the fact that while other players in the same market, that is Ola and Uber, have been in the business for over 10 years, this company, BluSmart Cabs, have recently entered into the business of cab services in India, and they have actually captured the interest of a lot of consumers. Lot of consumers who were actually using Ola and Uber earlier have now shifted to BluSmart Cabs. But why is that? How is it possible that two players who are actually renowned, who have actually billions of dollars in capital, who have been in the business for such a long time period, who understand the Indian consumers in and out, are getting beaten up by this new player in the market? What exactly are the business strategies of BluSmart Cabs that are basically killing Ola and Uber, such major tech giants, such major global giants? And what are the business lessons that we can derive from the journey of BluSmart Cabs? This case study is brought to you by MB Case Studies. Please definitely watch this video if you are into business case studies. This video is actually going to help you out in getting the insights about how this cab industry works and what strategies did BluSmart Cabs play on to beat Ola and Uber in their own segment. Ladies and gentlemen, before I begin with this video, let me give you an insight. This cab industry, this cab market of India is a very difficult market to crack. And why is that? It is not because of the demand side. It is not because of the consumer side. It is because of the supply side, the driver side. The people who actually drive these cars of Ola, Uber and BluSmart, these driver side, this supply side is a very difficult side to crack. Somehow, with the help of data, insights and experience, Ola and Uber have tried to crack this industry, this market, the supply side, and still they have not been able to do it successfully. When BluSmart Cabs entered the cab market, they started their business by focusing primarily on the supply side, and they got to know of two major problems. Problem number one, cancellation. Ladies and gentlemen and students of business, how many times has it happened with you that you guys have booked a ride, the driver has accepted the ride, but yet he refuses to come because of different reasons? He says that he cannot travel to such a distance, or because he is not interested in going to that specific location, or for some other reasons. There are certain situations, there are certain circumstances when these drivers of Ola and Uber have actually said that, ma'am or sir, I will drop you to your location. Can you please cancel the ride so that my commission gets saved? You can simply pay me, I'll drop you to your location, and the commission part will not go to these companies, Ola and Uber. This basically creates a problem in the heads of the consumers, because of which they multiple times have to wait, their rides get cancelled, and a lot of other issues. So when BluSmart Cabs basically entered the cab market in India, they found out this problem, and it actually became this problem that they encountered was a very big pain point for the Indian consumers. So they basically started their business by committing this one thing to the consumers, that there will be zero cancellation policy on BluSmart Cabs. It means that if you book a cab on BluSmart Cabs, anyhow, at any cost, the driver will not cancel the cab. The cab will arrive at the specified location at the specified time, and the driver will at any cost drop you to your desired location. But the question is, how were they able to do it when Ola and Uber were not able to do it with such a great experience and such great insights? How did this specific company crack this problem? They basically did something which was actually very revolutionary. While Ola and Uber were not managing the fleet of drivers themselves, BluSmart Cabs had a very simple policy that the company will very closely monitor and manage all the drivers of the company. It means that if a driver by any chance cancels out a ride, immediately a penalty of up to 1,000 rupees. Can you imagine? For a driver, 1,000 rupees penalty will be imposed on him immediately, due to which he will face incredible losses, and by default that driver will refrain from cancelling rides any further. This policy was such an incredible move that it basically helped the consumers to book rides without the worry of cancellations, and this basically created this trust factor in the minds of the consumers that if I book a ride on Ola and Uber, there might be certain cancellations. If I have to go to a meeting urgently, I cannot, just risk out a cancellation part. So rather, I'll book a cab through BluSmart Cabs where there is a policy of zero cancellation, and I actually have trust on this policy. So I can basically trust BluSmart Cabs to reach my destination on the specified time period, so that there are no cancellations and no loss of my meetings or any other stuff. Problem number 2. Ladies and gentlemen and students of business, when BluSmart Cabs entered the India's cab market, they encountered another major problem, which was a very big pain point for the Indian consumers. And that was basically the problem of service and the problem of quality. How many times has it happened with you guys that you have basically booked a cab on these aggregators, Ola and Uber, and you have found out that the behavior of the driver was not good. He was very rude. He was chewing some kind of stuff. He was into substance abuse. He was basically not behaving with you in a proper manner. He was not talking to you in a proper manner. Or how many times has it happened that the car that came to pick you up was not maintained? It was smelling very bad. The seats were not cleaned up. The car was not clean. The driver basically refused to turn on the air conditioners, etc. You must have definitely faced these problems, these quality related problems, these service related problems with these existing aggregators, Ola and Uber. When BluSmart Cabs entered into the market, they saw that there was a major gap in the service segment of this market. So they somehow knew that if they can deliver top-notch service to the consumers, and they can promise that if you book a BluSmart Cab, you'll most likely 100% get a beautiful ride, a beautiful service, and the driver's behavior specifically will be on point. So when BluSmart Cabs started their operations, they had this thing very clear in their heads that they have to train their drivers in such a manner that they behave to the best extent possible with the consumers, as well as the cars are extremely well maintained in the best possible conditions, so that the consumers and their satisfaction level are at the top-notch level. It basically creates a retention part. If you basically get a ride, and if that ride was comfortable enough, the service quality was top notch, you will most likely end up booking on the same platform again. This basically helped BluSmart Cabs capture a large share of market from Ola and Uber, while these existing cab companies were not focusing much on drivers' behavior, the service part, the quality part. BluSmart Cabs had very strict conditions, and if a driver violated any of those conditions, the car was not clean, he was not behaving properly, or any of the feedbacks that the customer gave against that driver will again face incredible amount of penalties. And due to which the drivers had this thing very clear in their heads that they were supposed to behave with the customers as better as possible, and they are supposed to maintain their cars as good as possible, so as to serve the consumers in the best possible manner. So by doing these two simple things, by solving these two simple problems of this market, of the cab market, of the consumers, BluSmart Cabs actually captured a large share of the market by satisfying consumers to the best extent possible. Now, ladies and gentlemen and the students of business, there's a third part to this case study as well, and that comes down to basically EV fleet of cars. What do I mean by that? Ladies and gentlemen and students of business, if you have used this platform BluSmart Cabs, you must have noticed that all of their cars, all of their cabs are actually electric vehicles. This company started itself as an EV cab company. While Ola and Uber are currently in the transition phase, they have to invest so much of capital, so much of marketing efforts to basically make the consumers aware that we are finally getting into the EV model. BluSmart Cabs have this edge advantage over them that all of these fleet, all of their cars are already EV. This basically helps them to get the benefit of subsidies, to get the benefit of all the policies that the government is framing to, boost up this EV segment. And this basically creates a positive segment, a positive sentiment in the minds of the consumers as well, that I am traveling with a cab, I am traveling through a cab who's basically contributing less to the pollution of the environment. So ladies and gentlemen, by doing these three things that I mentioned, BluSmart Cabs are actually killing Ola and Uber in their own market even after entering years later as compared to them. How was this case study? If you found this case study valuable and insightful, please drop down a comment below. Let me know your insights and let me know if you guys have used BluSmart Cabs, this company, and let me know your review as well. If your ride with BluSmart Cabs was better or worse as compared to Ola and Uber. Do subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button, the bell button. If you want more such case studies, let me know in the comment section. I'll see you in another case study. That's it from my end. This case study was brought to you by MBA Case Studies. Do subscribe to the channel if you want more such case studies in the near future. This is Shaurya Kaushik signing off. Thank you.